Like I said, this is Vince with Listings to Leads, and this is the call for Dawson Gray. I just want to know, because I only see two names in here. Is everybody on this call? Should we get started? Should we wait a couple minutes? If somebody could type that in the chat panel, or let me know that you can hear me. Let's see. That would help. Let's see. You will have to unmute yourself. Let's see. Ah, thank you, Danielle. Danielle, can you see my screen? Listings to Leads. Thank you. And there is somebody here, DSB. Let's see. Well, since it's supposed to start at 8, let's start at 8 and I'll record it. And if you have questions, just put it in the chat panel there. So we are Listings to Leads, and your office just signed up for our platform. And what we do is we're a real estate advertising platform. We have a lot of different tools in the system. Almost all of them are created automatically, and the only thing you need to do if you want to create something is just type in the name of a town and click save, and that will create even more tools. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. But we create tools for agents who have listings, and we create tools for agents who don't have listings. And those tools can either get you buyer leads or seller leads. Some are more effective than others, and I'm going to show you the most effective things right now. But before we kind of get into looking at the tools, I want to talk about the resources. And that's because, you know, our system works with Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. It works for a number of different CRMs. It works on blogs. It works on Craigslist. You get virtual tours. You get landing pages. You get print tools. You get PDFs. There's just a lot in here. And for our clients like you, that could get overwhelming really quick. What I'm going to show you today are the top tools that I really think you must use. And the reason why I say that you must use them is that they're going to help you grow your business this year if you use them. Okay. So in terms of getting your arms around that, one of the best places to learn is we do have live training classes. So when you're in your account, you can go to your dashboard over here and you'll see that we have live training, right? And there's really just a few classes. I think if you take them once or twice, you're going to know what's going on. I'm also going to send the recording of this call to you, along with a few other important calls, actually a couple of recordings of these live classes. And I think if you watch them, you're going to learn what to do with listings to leads. Now, what I was showing you here a second ago is our mastermind group. This is a secret group on Facebook. And if you are not in it, you can't find it. You can't see it. So the way to get involved with this, give me a second, I have something going on up here. The way you get into this group, and you should get in this group, is you go to your support page in your Listings to Leads account, and you click on support right here. And anytime you need help, there's a box right here. And just type in what you need. You might think that calling a phone number is the fastest way to get an answer. And in some ways it could be, but more often than not, you're going to go to voicemail. And you've got to wait for that to get picked up and responded to. Whereas if you put your question in this box where I just typed help, our whole support team watches this and they get answers to you really quick. And if you need a phone call, you just say, hey, I'm stuck doing this. Can you please call me? And then they'll help you like that. So all that being said, you need to get in the mastermind group. And while we're here, this is where my partner Scott and I talk about what's going on, what's new. Some people put in questions, things not working. A lot of our clients put in exactly what is working. And so either way, you're going to be able to learn what's happening with listings to leads, and what's, a lot of success stories from other people. So there's always a magnifying glass up here. I just clicked on it very quickly. And I want to show you something that came in here before we get started. Last summer, or a couple summers ago, somebody came in and asked this question in the mastermind group. And it's good that we start this call right here. She says, who here is listing 2 or more homes per month strictly from listings to leads tools? And what do you attribute your success? Right? And a bunch of our clients jumped in and said, yeah, I'm getting all this and that. But Dustin right here says something that was pretty astonishing, and I want you to hear this. He says, we average 2 listings from each marketed listing, all from L2L tools, Facebook ads, mailers, and open houses. We're trying to get that to above 3 this year. So what he's saying is every time he has a listing, he markets it with these 3 things, Facebook ads, mailers, and open houses, and he gets 2, at this point, he's probably getting 3 new listings from marketing as listings. That's a very important kind of concept to think of, because most agents are thinking there's some magic bullet out there that's going to just send them listing contracts. And I wish it was there. We're always innovating our platform. And when we figure it out, we will let you know and we will jack up our price. But at the moment, we have a lot of tools that help you get listings, and we're going to talk about those in a minute. Now, Terry, who originally asked that question, actually said, what's the one tool, right? And that's kind of where you guys are. You don't want to learn a whole platform. There's just one thing that's going to change my life. And Dustin says, hey, the best tip I can give you is to do everything on the checklist and don't overthink it, right? And then he tells a reason why he was thinking something wasn't going to work, and he, it backfired on him. And if he used it, he started getting listings. So back in listings to leads, like I said, there is you can learn right here about getting on the classes by registering now. There's a really good open house platform that we have, and we cover that in this page here. I don't know if you can do open houses with COVID still, but I do recommend, if you want listings, that you click on this green button that says listing presentation, because really leveraging listings to leads, there are a lot of our clients, and actually I think there are a couple of calls recorded on that page from clients who have told us that they win every presentation that they're on, and and they attribute it to the way that they present listings to leads. So I think if you want listings, you probably want to check that page out. And also when you log in, you're going to see this wizard here, right, first time. And this I'm just going to tell you what's here. Finish your profiles, if you want to add your photo or if there's something missing. Import your listings. You should not need to import your listings. When we set up your office, we kind of go look for the connection feed and put it in first. If you have listings and they're not in your account, use a support page and tell them, like, I have active listings in my name, and give them the address of one of your active listings, and they'll find you. My Farm Dominator over here is a way to borrow listings, and we create a few tools, and you can run ads on them and get leads with them. Create a listing ad. So if you got your listings in, or if you borrowed a listing, at this point you're ready to create an ad on Facebook, and that's going to help you do it right there. This will help you create a home value ad, right, to help you get listings. This will set up auto posting, and auto posting is super important. I'm going to show that to you, and I'm going to explain where you can set it up. You can actually set up right here, but you can also do it in your profile. So I'll show you that in a few minutes. And then this will generate a post for a home valuation landing page, or that will create the landing page, and this will share it. So right away, if you go through this, you're going to connect listings, you're going to run ads, you're going to turn on social media auto posting, and you're going to get some tools out there to get you more leads, more listing leads. So that's right there and get started. There are kind of two areas where I want you to think of for listings to leads, okay? One is that there's a whole listing section. Now I'm going to dive in here and show you, but these tools are created automatically. We even email them to you, right? You don't have to log in, but there are more tools inside, and I think it's smarter if you do log in. There's a landing page section, and landing pages are useful. I'll dive into that, and we'll kind of get involved to show you what's there. And then there's this ad section, and the ad section is super powerful. I'm going to show you how it works, and it is very powerful for getting both buyer leads and seller leads, whether you have listings or whether you don't have listings, okay? Now you'll see there are a lot of other things over here, and we're actually about to do a slight refresh to get them out of here because it's confusing, right? There's probably 10, 12 tabs there, and we want you to focus on the ones that are going to get you some return for your time, right? The office is paying for it, but if you put a little time in this thing, it should help you grow your business. So the tabs that I have just mentioned, listings, landing pages, and ads, are the things I want you to concentrate on, okay? So let's go to listings. And I have a property here. Down here, there's a little green thing. It's got an open house. There's a taskbar. There's a task button over here. Now, I am going to say this. We are about to push a refresh of this page. So what you're looking at here is current. And in just a week or two, it's going to have a different look, but it should be easier to do. That's the whole point of refreshing, is to make it more intuitive. But in this case, we're going to click tasks. And there are 4 things that I got checked. And this whole page is actually, it's going to look a little bit different too. But these 4 things that I have checked are going to be at the top so that you don't have to go hunting for them. They're just going to be front and center, okay? Now, what I want to point out is you notice over here it says coming soon, just listed, open house, pending, and sold. You should market your listings multiple times. You should market them when they're just listed. If you can market them coming soon, great. But if not, market them just listed. If you can have an open house, market them open house. And definitely market them as sold. And what I want you to realize is that early stages of listing marketing, the call to actions are designed to get buyers. Later stages, like pending, under contract, or sold, are designed to get more listing leads. And that's one of the reasons why in the Mastermind Group, this guy says, if I market my listings with listings to leads, I get more listings. And that's part of it is because these call to actions change in later statuses. So when you click this button here, you'll notice I deselected it, so it goes blue. And all it really does is it saves the date here. And we do that because we know you're all busy and you want to know what day you did that last. But the work area is opened up by clicking the round button over here. And this is what we call a listing landing page. And this is one of the most powerful tools for capturing buyer leads. And I have an open house, so there's a ticking time bomb thing there. And there are some buttons over here on the left that I can click and write something smart about it, right? And post it, share it to my Facebook, right? You can also share it to groups, and you can share it to your business page and stuff like that, but it's a manual process, right? This button here, let me just show you how the page works. You see this button says continue with Facebook. When anybody clicks that, it gets their name and email and it delivers it to you, okay? So if you have this listing in your account and somebody clicked that button, it's going to, you're gonna have a lead. You're gonna have a name and email, and you're gonna know that it came from this property, All right. So this is an open house, so we're really looking for buyers here. This page is going to pop up automatically and ask for their name and email, but it's also going to ask them, do you own a home? And if they say yes, it's going to say, do you need to sell it? Right? We do that because we know what you know is there are a lot of people out there looking at properties who actually want to sell their home. They are researching the market long before they ever call a realtor. And so if you're marketing with our tools, you're going to find that the call to action is asking that question. Also, if you scroll down, and this is a single property website that we created, you're going to notice that there's a big "what is your home worth" graphic, right? And then if you keep scrolling, you see the photos and the maps and the schools and maybe your Zillow reviews if you have any. You're going to see a big old footer for "what is your home worth." So while this single property website and this property is in an early stage of looking for buyers because it's an open house, it's also got hooks in it to get you listing leads. Okay. So it's a great tool to get out there, and you access it by just clicking that blue button. So since this is the first one I want to show you, notice that if I click on Facebook here, this takes me to Facebook. Give it a second. Maybe it's there. Yeah, there it is. And this, what we're looking at now, is what is social media auto posting. So this happened automatically. You do not have to touch it. You just need to turn on social media auto posting on your profile, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. So here, we've got emojis, we've got hashtags, got a little information telling them to click. And if you click this post, well, it drives into this page, and as you now know, this captures a lead and delivers it to you. So anybody that wants to have a real fast and easy social media story going, turn on social media auto posting. Okay, I'll show you how to do that in a minute. The next tool is called seller social media. And this is kind of new. And actually, when I showed you this, and I said, we started talking about who's getting 2 listings or more a month, and Dustin says, hey, I'm getting 2 to 3. The one thing he says, don't overtake it, don't overthink it. And he starts talking about this particular tool right here. And I think this is a very important tool, and it's one that many agents ignore. I think it's partly our fault at Listings to Leads because we just have so much in it that you have to read. And my partner Scott thinks that you as realtors like to read our instructions. And I know since we've been doing this for 11 years that you don't. So all you have to do is click the forward button in the email and wipe out everything that it says where it says, please copy and paste to your Facebook page. Wipe out everything and just forward this piece to your client via email. So you send it to them via email and you call them right then and there for about 5 seconds and you say, hey, homeowner, we have the open house happening this weekend. I've got a lot of things out there. It's in the MLS. But would you put this post on your page, right? Just copy what I sent you and put it on your page for me, please, right? More people see the home, more offers, et cetera, et cetera. And it looks like this, right? Now, it might be a little bit confusing because my name is Vincent Meza, and this is talking about Vincent Meza, but it really should be your homeowner saying, we're having an open house on Saturday. And you at your office is doing a lot of great marketing, expect great turnout, right? Now, if you click on this, yeah, the tool behind it is designed to capture a lead, right? But more important, if you get your clients to put this on here, this does not disappear like a Facebook ad. This just sits there pretty much forever or until that person deletes it. And what's going on is your client is now telling all their friends and family that you are their realtor, right? And you may not know this, but it's really the friends and family and the colleagues. These are the people that you're hoping to get referrals from. So to have this tool out there with your name on it in your office is really great. And it just sits there, and then one day, and we have this happen pretty frequently, even though your client puts it up there today, their friends and family and colleagues don't log in for weeks or months. And one day they go, oh, my friend sold their home or they're selling it. And then, oh, well, you know what? I want to find out what my home is worth. And boom, there you have a listing lead from somebody who actually knows your current clients, right? So it's a pretty high quality lead. So we also, you can, if you click edit, we'll send you an email when you get a new listing, inviting you to put the seller's email address in so that we can send the tool directly to the seller and copy you, and you can then say, hey, I just sent that to you. Would you take it and put it on Facebook for me, right? Another tool is called the eFlyer for your database. And I just want to kind of state, these two tools here can be automatically set up. This one here, eFlyer for your database, cannot be automatically set up, but we do create it automatically, right? And if you're an agent with hundreds or thousands of leads sitting in a database somewhere, this tool is for you. You can copy it right here. When you copy it, you get this freaky looking stuff here, which is called HTML code. And you go to your MailChimp, or you go to your Lion Desk or your Wise Agent or whatever CRM you're using, and you paste in the HTML, and then you click a button there, and it looks graphic, and then you blast it, right? And you'll notice it says we got an open house this weekend, 1 to 4, right? Right in the email, they can click on this link or click on this picture and go to that listing landing page I showed you and become a lead. But it's also going to say when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value, right? And this is an important part of listings leads marketing, is that, yeah, we're there to get buyers, but we're also there to get sellers, right? So people will click on either one of those, right? There's also this lead gen signature that's buried in your profile. I will show that to you in a few minutes. But we recommend, if you're a new agent and you have 5 leads in your CRM, this may not really move the needle for you. If you've got hundreds or thousands and you drop this in your CRM once a week for any listing at any status, you will find that people click those links and you can reactivate them as active leads, right? So that's a great tool to use. There's also another tool down here, and just in case you're already bored with listening to me, you want to kind of focus on this one. It's under print marketing, and it's called a nearby homeowner letter. And the nearby homeowner letter is, you know, let's just say I've got an open house and I want more listings in that neighborhood. Well, the nearby homeowner letter is the tool to use. And it looks like this. Got a picture of the home. It says we've got an open house this weekend. Take this physical piece of paper to your own computer and type that in and go become a buyer lead. It also says when this affects your home value, or when this home sells, it's going to affect your home value. So there are not a lot of people who are going to take this physical piece of paper and type in that address, right? That web address. But the ones who do are seriously interested about the value of their home. These are the highest quality leads of listing leads that turn into listing contracts of all the tools that we have. We have more than 60 tools. They don't all generate listing leads, but the highest quality leads come from this particular tool right here. And so the question is, well, how do you get in the market, right? Let me go over here and give you an idea. Actually, I've been referencing Dustin Fox right here, right, answering that question. Let's just go do a search on Dustin in the Mastermind Group. And because it was not long ago that Dustin came in, and told us this. He said, our highest ROI has been the neighborhood flyers in our recent business. He mailed that letter to 250 homes, first class, with his little calendar in it, a little one-page Zillow review things that he did, and he mailed it to 250 homes, and it cost him $625, okay, 2 mailings. He ended up getting 10 listings for the average commission of $17,000. So that is a high ROI. Now, I haven't seen numbers that high, but I see clients getting listings all the time from this tool. We generate it automatically. It really only works if you get it in your market. Dustin here is showing you that he likes to just print them and mail them, right? We have some people like to bulk mail them. We've got some clients that like to door knock them. We have some, but a lot of people, and I'll show you a couple things about this because I really want you to recognize, if you want more listings, you need to use this. This came in last summer from this guy, Chris Winstead. And this is the same tool, but with a really great strategy. Now, he puts this video out there, and I can tell you that's a slick video, but that's not actually what's making everything work. It's helping. What he is doing is right here in the notes. He says, I send out letters every other week to neighbors who've owned their homes for 5 years or more. Okay, so he bought a list from somebody that he knows, maybe his MLS tells him that you know, people have equity. They've owned it for 5 years or more. Now, I want to point out he's farming his own neighborhood for 3 months and got 5 listings out of it, right? And what he did is he sent that letter out. People own their homes every 5 years. Once they opt in on the specific home valuation landing page, he consistently contacts them every week with phone calls, bomb letters, and letters left at the door, and letters via mail, right? That's a lot of hard work there, right? That is not all automated. But if you want listing leads that turn into listing contracts and you don't mind doing a little bit of work, that is the formula, okay? That is the formula right there for getting it. And I'm really grateful that our clients share this kind of information with us and with you, because you can just copy that strategy right there, since we're creating the tools for you automatically, and that's it. Now, back on the listings page, I want to tell you, we've got virtual tours here.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Sorry, Echo, shut your mouth. We got single property websites for you here. If you're a blogger, we got a bunch of blog tools. We got a tool to help you get to Craigslist. I'm going to show you how to get to Instagram really quickly, but you can also make Instagram posts, but we also have a way of creating Instagram ads. So that's the listing section, okay? There's also a landing page section. And in the landing pages, these 3 up here that have stars, we create these for you automatically, right? So we have landing pages for new construction. I have a little timer in it that's expired. We have landing pages for down payer assistance. And you'll notice that it says free money now. Your landing page will not say that, but the point is you can customize your landing pages to say whatever you want them to say. And then there's this handy free home values, right? Now, a lot of people think, a lot of realtors think that this is the tool that you got to take and go run an ad on Facebook, and that's how you get listing leads. And I want to remind you, the top way to get listing leads that turn into listing contracts is to use this piece of paper and get it into your market. We do have a call, I'm going to show it to you in a little bit here, that talks about this post. It's actually talks about all the tools that we have that are designed to get you more listings. And this is at the bottom of the list. This, and running an ad with this, is at the bottom of the list. And that's because the quality of those leads is the lowest. Now, we still need a home valuation landing page to get an automated ad, you know, home value, but running Facebook ads is not really the way to go, right? I am going to point out that we have a page here called Property Valuation Plus, and that is the local, you know, that's you're going to need a few of these. Now, I don't know exactly where you are, but I'm going to guess that most of you are creating, you want to build your business in multiple different towns. And if that's the case, you want to create a Property Valuation Plus landing page for every town that you are trying to build, right? This is one that's near me, Pleasant Hill. And You don't want to use a home valuation landing page county-wide because prices they range in the county, right? You want to be citywide, and you can even go as far as neighborhood-wide if it's a particular kind of neighborhood that you're after. I will point out that when you create the page, we're going to land you on this page right here first, which is the edit page, right? So here you can change the background picture. It says lead form text. You can change this text here by changing the text on the left and saving it. But also under advanced options, under print marketing, is a similar letter to the nearby homeowner letter for listings. So this is a great letter to use if you don't have any listings. What if there's a town that you want more listings, but you don't have any listings in it? Well, you can just edit these notes here and say, hey, you know what? 50 homes sold in Pleasant Hill last month, 300 for this year. The high is here, the median's about here, and that affected your home value. Everything here, everything below here, you don't even need to touch, right? It's going to have your contact information, your logo, all this language is fine. You just need to give a couple data points here up in the top section and get that in the market, right? So those are landing pages. You can create custom landing pages. I've got a cool one here for a development. And you can snap a video in the background, right? You're going to see this in a second. You can add a timer to it if you want, right? You can change the words that are on the forms there, right there. And then once you've created it, you want to get it in front of people, right? And so a great way to do that is to go over to our ads page and start running ads and driving your tools to thousands of people. Now, the ads page is frankly awesome. This has to do with running ads on Facebook. Now, I don't know if any of you have run ads on Facebook, but if you're in real estate, you should definitely be running ads on Facebook. There are a lot of high quality leads. You can get buyer leads and seller leads, and our clients grow their business using that, creating ads. But what we have here is Facebook software pulled into listings to leads. And you're going to see in just a minute that you can create an ad in about 20 seconds. Because if you ever go and create an ad on Facebook, there's about 3 pages of buttons and boxes that you got to check. And you got to know exactly what to do in order for that to be approved and for it to be successful. And you may not know this, but to be successful for different kinds of properties and different kinds of tools requires different boxes that you got to check. So it's really complicated. And to make it even more fun, Facebook changes their website about every 3 or 4 days. So what you see one day could totally be different another day. So instead of staying on top of that, you can just come right here to our page and you can create listing ads, landing page ads, and PDF report ads. And when you do, we know what you're doing by what you're clicking on, and we check the boxes automatically that you need to check. Now, let me say, when you come to this ads page the first time, it will not look like this. It'll have one big button in the middle here that says connect to Facebook, and it'll have a video right below it showing you what happens and how you connect it. Basically, you connect as your personal account, and the next page it says what business page, and you check that box and you save it, then you click OK and done, and you come back here, and these 3 buttons will appear, these 3 green buttons. And then you can go, okay, I want to create a listing ad. And since we've been talking about my open house, I'm going to click an open house. And since I want buyers right now, I'm going to have it be lead ads. That means I get pre-populated phone numbers and email. So I click create ad, and it shows me what the ad's going to look like here. All you have to do is click create new form. This is the form that will be auto-populated by Facebook for you. Click create form here. Type in the location. Let me type one here. And you might want to expand the radius. You know, if maybe you want people to see this ad 30 miles away. So you do that. Now you can publish here. we have a $35 budget. It charges your credit card on your own Facebook account. So it's going to be 35 bucks over a 7-day period, roughly $5 a day. Now, this box here is now, let me just say, that's how you run an ad. You see all this text up here that's going to be on the ad. If you want, you can update it by typing in this box over here, and it'll pop over there, right? Let me show you. I'm going to type in grade schools. And as I type it here in this box, it shows up over here in this box. So you do that before you're going to run the ad. And then of course, if you got an Instagram account connected to your Facebook account, there you go. It's going to go to both. Now, but the simple way is create the form, put the location, and publish. It's really fast. I do want to point this out. This is in the past kind of super techy and really powerful, but not many realtors knew what in the world retargeting is, right? And I'm going to just talk a little bit about it. It's a little bit techy, but what's awesome is we invite you to turn on retargeting. And what that means is we're going to create custom audiences in your very own Facebook account of any leads that you capture, okay? And here's why you want to do that, because once you start collecting, and actually you need to collect 1,000 leads for retargeting to work. That might sound like a lot of leads, but we have clients generating hundreds of leads every week. If you decide you want to start using this, you could very easily be generating dozens or hundreds of leads every week. It just depends on what's going on in your business. And once these files, these custom audiences reach 1,000, Facebook allows you to retarget. So you could, and we're going to create 3 files like buyers and sellers. And, you can just type right in that box and pull up the custom audience. You want to think of this because when you start capturing leads, you might think like, hey, they're going to turn into a contract in the next 48 hours. And in imagination land, that's exactly what happens. But in the real world, you have to drip on those people. You have to work hard to convert those people. And one great way of doing it is once you've captured them once as a lead from Facebook, then you start driving ads from. Every time you run an ad, you use retargeting. That way you can just keep getting your brand. You'll notice mine is sponsored by Listings to Leads, but your ads are going to be sponsored by your business page. So you'll be building the brand, you'll be retargeting once you can start using that. So it's a really smart thing to turn on right away. And so that's how you create a listing ad, right? Now, earlier I showed you that we also have landing pages. Remember I showed you like, hey, you have a new construction landing page just sitting there ready and waiting for you. So you can run an ad on it just like I am here. Totally different, fresh look, create new form, type in the location, and retarget. You won't be able to use this if you're brand new. If you are a client though, if you're a realtor and you already have your own custom audiences built in Facebook, you can use those in retargeting, okay? And just in case you don't, but let's say you've been in the business a long time and you've got a CRM with like more than 1,000 leads. You can download those leads from your CRM and you can upload them to Facebook and create a custom audience, and bam, you would be able to type in the name of that audience right here in this gray box and retarget those old leads if you want to convert those leads. If you just like to capture email addresses and not worry about it, awesome. But if you want to turn those email addresses into transactions, retargeting is super smart, okay? Now, I'm going to go backwards because I skipped on something, and that's create a landing page ad, because there was this create a home value ad. And I want to just kind of go through this. I want to use traffic because I want to send traffic to the actual landing page. When you're trying to get sellers, use traffic on if you're doing landing pages. And then type in the location. And now oh yeah, I'm doing traffic. So now I only need to type in the location and publish. Now, let me just say, we have a higher budget here, 50 bucks. And the reason being is that Facebook charges you about $5 a click. So if this ad gets out, people click on it, every time somebody clicks on it, Facebook's going to charge you $5. So your thing will go from $50, your budget will go from $50 to 45 to 40 and down until you run out of money. But every time somebody clicks, you get the lead. I want to just repeat that I do think you should run this kind of ad once a month just to tell the market that you can get home values. But these are the pretty low quality leads when it comes to listing leads, okay? So I just want you to be aware of that. This is a super powerful button right here, create PDF report ad. We have 25 buyer reports, they're about 5 to 6 pages, and 25 seller reports. Every page of these reports have your contact information on it. You can see a little white button that you can download the report if you'd like to see what's on it first, but you can also just click create an ad. And when you create an ad, you'll want to create the form, you want to type in the location, you may want to retarget, and you want to publish. There's a different graphic, so there's a different look and different language all the time. And you can add some of your own language if you feel like it, but you don't even need to. It works great. And the point is that when somebody responds to this, we give them the ability to download that report. And the only way they can get it is if they give you your contact information, their contact information first. So using PDF reports, it doesn't matter if you have a listing or if you don't have a listing. There are 25 for buyers and 25 for sellers, and they are branded to you. So I definitely recommend using that, okay? So that's kind of it. You'll notice there's a lot of other fun things you can do over here. I am going to show you one of these other tabs. But before I do that, I want to go to your profile. And I want to point out a couple of things here. I mentioned that you want to turn on auto posting. You can do it right here. Even if you don't use Twitter or LinkedIn, I do recommend that you turn them on, because the way that we do auto posting with those hashtags that I showed you, people, they don't even need to know that your page exists, and they're going to see it, because a lot of people follow hashtags like real estate and the local towns and the other ones that we put in there. But you're going to want to click and connect here and click save. And you're going to want to click on listings, and this box here will be empty. It will look just like this. And all you do is click this copy and paste, and it will pop in that information that's in this box and drop it right here. And this is dynamic. So you just need to put it there and save, and it will, that's what gives us the text automatically put into the auto posting. If you have a CRM, you can connect them here. We have some APIs, but most CRMs are connected. Oh, thank goodness. Sorry, I just got distracted. Most CRMs have a unique email address for you, and you can put in your name or whatever that email address is, and put it there and save it. And then anytime we get a lead, we'll send it there, and then they'll scrape it and they'll drop it. Now, also, there's something in here that I definitely want to point out, and that's the lead gen signature. I showed it to you earlier. You can copy this and embed it in your email or your Gmail. And these hyperlinks that you see here can go directly to your website. They could go directly to your favorite landing page. But the point of those is that when you're sending out email, you could be able to include your reviews, right? If you've got reviews on Zillow, they'll all be right there in your email. All your listings will be on the right-hand side. So all that is great to do, because every time you send an email, you'll want to be able to capture leads from that activity. And those links are created over here on the left where it says lead links. And any link that you create by typing in whatever you want the link to say and pointing it to a website, if you check the box, like a blue checkbox, it will become a default. It will become your default link, and it will be appearing and showing up on that lead gen signature. Also, default links show up on all your single property websites and virtual tours and D-flyers and many other tools. So guys, that's kind of my story. We've got a lot of ways to market listings. We got a lot of tools to help you get listings. Facebook ads, the real simple way to think of this is you need to be running ads consistently on Facebook, listing ads, even if you borrow listings, or landing page ads and PDF report ads, and you need to market your listings. And as I showed you, there are 4 things that I want you to make sure that you do, and that's your social media, seller social media, the e-flyer for your database, and under print marketing, the nearby homeowner letter. If that is all you did with listings to leads, your business would grow. Okay? If you have questions or you get stuck and you need help, there is our support page. As I mentioned, there is in the dashboard, we have live classes, and you can definitely join us. But I'm also going to send this to you, and I'm going to point this out for people who are not on the call right now. Before you log into listings to leads, you can actually scroll down listings to leads and see a lot of our tools laid out, right? But at the very bottom is a blog. And that blog is actually really useful. It's a really great resource. You'll see a lot of examples of how to get leads, both buyer leads and seller leads, right? And how to use the Facebook tool and stuff like that. But also buried in there, and you can use this search box right here, search the word stuck, right? S-T-U-C-K. And you'll find this article that says realtor stuck inside with time on your hands. I'm going to send this to you who are on the call right now because it has in detail how to market your listings, in detail how to run ads on Facebook. You can see it's super easy, but this is a very important call. Top tools for seller lead generation. And we rank those tools not by their color, but on how fast they actually turn into listing contracts. So if you want listing contracts, check out the link number 3. If you look at the GoToMeeting chat panel, you should see something blinking in orange, maybe a little, like a chat balloon or something. That's because I just sent you this blog post. Also, there's a video here on what do you do if you don't have listings, what tools are available for you. If you are kind of, don't have a huge budget, but you want more leads, free and cheap lead generation for sellers and buyers is great. And if you're investing in virtual tours or Matterport, you want to leverage them in our platform, and that video right there shows you how. This is a very useful call. I am going to send this to Casey later today, along with the recording of this call. So you'll have this, but it's really important that you check that out. So that's kind of my story for today, guys. Are there any questions for you right now? And if you should have been notified via email that you can with login instructions to your account, right? So if you lost that, you can email support@listingstoleads.com, just like our website, support@listingstoleads.com, and tell them you're from Dawson Gray, and tell them you'd like to get your access, and then they'll help you out there. Are there any questions? I don't see any questions, but you're welcome to put it in the chat panel. And I thank you for joining me today. I definitely recommend that you invest a little bit of time to figure out how this platform can help you grow your business, because our clients are growing their business. Let's see if I can pull something up here. I'm gonna wrap this call up you heard me mention Dustin Fox's agent earlier a couple times today. Dustin did a live call with us last January, like not this one that just passed, but that one in the beginning of COVID, right? And he did this live call because he kept coming in the mastermind group telling us all these really astonishing things. And he got on the call. He said, I want to do this because I want to tell agents what has happened to me. And he said, at this point of this call, he was an agent for 4.5 years. But when he started, he had only been an agent for 2 years. And he went in 2.5 years from 5 to 20 million in production. And he tells us that 80% of his business is coming from listings to leads, and that he only puts in 2 hours a week, right? So this guy went from 5 to 20 million in 2.5 years, doing 2 hours of work on listings to leads. He is taking his daughter to ballet, going next door to Starbucks, and working in listings to leads. And that's how this guy went from 5 to 20 million. So I would watch what Dustin Fox says in the mastermind group. If you want this call, you can email me, Vince at Listings to Leads. I can send it to you. But honestly, what I have shown you today is exactly what Dustin talks about. What's this? Yeah, interesting. Okay. So I hope that helps you. Get on our live training classes. This platform is really, really useful. And let us know if we can help you with the support page. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining me. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.